But what's this rabbit in when the smoke's in your face?
Bonfire. When you're at
Bonfire?
a bonfire and the smoke's coming towards you, if you say rabbits, then it's supposed to like make the smoke go away from you.
We've got one growing up that on the first day of every month, the first words that you should say whenever it becomes the new month, you have to say rabbit, rabbit. And if you say that, you're supposed to have good luck for the rest of the month.
You fucking hicks are weird.
I think I've heard that.
We saw it on Nickelodeon growing up. That's why
that
my mom
sounds even more familiar.
My mom
was
messaged
it like
me.
Hey Arnold or
No, it was like some like weird like things you like. It was like a commercial or some shit, but
Wasn't there something called Rabbit Rabbit too, like a program or something?
Maybe. My mom still messages me on the first days of the month and it's like rabbit rabbit, and I'm like, Mom, you have to say it.
What does rabbit rabbit mean? Some of you may have said this first thing this morning, and for those still slowly rising, get to it. It could bring you good luck all month long. Saying rabbit rabbit on the first of the month is supposed to be a harbinger of good fortune.
I definitely did not say rabbit rabbit at the beginning of this month.
I didn't either.
Oh, well, there's rabbit rabbit rabbit, which is a superstition found in Britain and North America where a person says or repeats a rabbit rabbit, blah, 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 I don't care anymore.
You're not getting 3 out of me. You'll get 2, but that's about it. So this has been a pretty busy week for game shit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
the
been
end of the year after a lull.
It's been back to back to back.
Let me know if this guy's too close or not.
You're good.
No,
I'm pretty
fine.
loud. Okay.
You were fine. We got hit with the Nindies, we got hit with the State of Play, and then we saw the dumpster fire that was the Game Awards.
Oh yeah,
There's been worse Game Awards, I'll say.
I didn't watch it. I was drinking with my boss.
Did you guys see the first one, like on FX?
No.
That was dumb as hell. No, they didn't know what they wanted to be. They didn't know like I don't even know if Geoff Keighley was there. It was just stupid. It was just like
wasn't it just an offshoot of the Spike TV Game Award bullshit that they had?
Maybe. I could look it up real quick, but I don't know if I'll actually find it under just because it wasn't called the Game Awards. It might have just been Spike TV Game Awards.
The only thing I remember is Carmen Electra being on it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. It was Carmen Electra, and I want to say
Dave Navarro.
Yeah, the guy from Jane's
Addiction. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Because they had that MTV show where they were getting married together.
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
Look that shit up. That was a weird show.
I'll pass.
Yeah, I'm not.
I saw enough of Dave Navarro in that Inked bullshit. There was this reality TV show where
tattoos.
Is it tattoos?
You said Inked, so it sounded like tattoos.
Okay. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a competition reality show where a bunch of these tattoo artists would compete with all these crazy challenges and designs, and it was actually pretty cool. My favorite one was they had to make a design out of what was it? I think it was gunpowder. What are you smirking about?
I remember this show because there's one of the guys in the first episode where apparently they just have to like tattoo a skull on somebody or something like that. And, you know, it's like a basic like to see like, hey, these guys know how to tattoo. There was one guy that just did fucking horrible. And they were like, what happened? He was like, I'm not good at doing skulls. That's the only thing I remember.
Oh, you know, it was Spike Video Game Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stupid monkey with the crown on. Yeah.
What was the G4 shit? Didn't G4 have Video Game Awards too?
Everyone kind of did their own thing. Like I know
it was like
show did something, and then X Play would do something, but they would just make fun of everything.
There's a guy on Twitch.
What? Sorry.
No, you're good.
VGX 2013 Awards. That might have been the first one. Or something.
There's
first one that
Twitch
evolved into what it is now. I'm done talking about it. Sorry.
There's a guy on Twitch that his name's Ding Dong, and he does a lot of video game, like he's working on video games with him and his buddy. And what he'll do is he'll pop these old video game awards and like interviews and stuff in, and then he'll just do commentary tracks over them with other people. And like he has some from like the G4 days, like one of the video game events that had Jamie Kennedy in it, and Jenna Jameson was there too.
Shit.
And he was just like,
Was she sober enough to do anything?
She was sober back then because Jamie Kennedy like tried to get a kiss from her and she was like, and like backed away and all this other shit. It's like, it's cringy.
Jamie Kennedy.
I just
Malibu's
saw
Most
him at
Wanted.
Steel City Con. You just reminded me of something from my weeks now.
You're welcome.
Yeah, goddamn.
I gotta look that up. Who's Jamie?
Yeah,
He's a piece of shit.
he was. Yeah, he was like a. Malibu's Most Wanted was like the big movie he tried like got kind of famous with.
I think that's like his cult hit or whatever. Like fans of Jamie Kennedy,
but he was
that
in like the first Scream, and he was in like in other
first and second one.
Yeah.
Spoilers, he dies.
I don't know this man, but he looks
probably for the best, really.
Yeah, he's only like 50 now, but
he's only like 50 now.
No, I bring that up because at the panel we saw a Scream panel at Steel City Con with Nev Campbell, him, and the guy who played Ghostface in the second Scream. Chris something, I forget his name, but yeah, Jamie Kennedy was like, he was saying he wasn't doing much. He's like, I'm 50, man. I'm like, so what? That's not old for an actor anymore. Like that's not old period anymore. Like you can keep doing stuff. You could do voice acting. You don't have to be Jim Carrey and all over the place or anything, So whatever.
Right. Well, let's go. I took time and I did a list of our predictions that we did. What was it, about 2 weeks ago? Our predictions for the Game Awards.
maybe a week last week.
It wasn't last week. It was, I think it was 2 weeks because it was episode 26 and last week was 28. But I did the list. So I have our predictions for every category and I have our winners that actually won it for every category. So we're going to try and get through it pretty quickly. Going through it, we were pretty accurate with a lot of stuff we were talking about. Although we thought Death Stranding was going to wipe the floor, Disco Elysium actually wiped the floor at the Game Awards.
Okay. Which, rightfully so. That game's pretty good.
But we're going to go through the list. I don't know how because I didn't actually watch the Game Awards because I had shit to do. But we're going to go through... We're going to go through how we originally established our list. So there'll be some, like, for the esports stuff, I think we only talked about the event. And that's the only thing we talked about esports. So, but
sorry, you're reminding me of things to talk about.
Write them down.
I am right now.
Clickety, clackety.
Yeah, listeners, if you hear that, I'm sorry.
The first category we had was the VR/AR games. Our predictions were Beat Saber and No Man's Sky, and Beat Saber won that one
with Green Day's help.
Oh my god, I forgot they played.
No. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this.
Let's do it.
It's fucking shit. So the Green Day is known for like 2 eras. That's it. Dookie and fucking American Idiot. And they've just been writing that shit to fucking hell.
The emo punk.
They played Welcome to Paradise, which the only person that knows what that song is Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley, whatever. I don't give a fuck about his name.
Because he told them to play it.
It was weird to me, and I'll let you go. I'll just say it was jarring to me to see them start with that, because then I took that as, are they playing a set? Because that's not their newest anything at all. But go ahead, Chris.
The thing is that the entire show, Jeff Keighley was so excited, just constantly talking. Green Day's playing. Everyone else, anytime they talked about Green Day, you'd be like, yay.
Just in the background.
Green Day and the Muppets. That's what the show is about.
Pretty much.
Green Day and the Muppets.
Pretty much. They played 2 songs. They played Welcome to Paradise and that new shitty single that they
Father
just
of
released.
All Motherfuckers, which their album's named after.
Sure. That song
is
fucking trash. I don't care.
It's not bad, but it's just like, that's not close to your sound. It's jarring. It doesn't sound... I like the beginning because it's mostly drums, but it's just weird. It's too much, like, not...
You're gonna sit here and
I don't know what's going on. I hate Blink-182 now, and I don't know what Green Day's doing either.
Why is Green Day even playing at this? Is Green Day like... Is that what the people want to...
They have zero relevance.
It's like Weezer last year.
They had their own rock band. Now they're in Beat Saber, I guess, like a download pack. I don't know what Beat Saber does for those things.
What would we choose if you had your choice? What would you put up there that you think would be relevant to the kids right now
for a band?
Yeah, to play at a show, one of these shows. I don't think you should play any. Like, you should play video game musicians should be up there playing music and stuff like that.
No. Like, if you're trying to do like some sort of rhythm game, you'd want something that's a little bit in the mainstream. But Green Day is not mainstream, at least not anymore. That's like when we were in high school, when I was in fucking before elementary school, because that's when they fucking first got started. I'm so out of touch with the meta when it comes to current modern music. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, what's cool? The Chainsmokers, are they still cool?
I don't think so.
No, I know they suck. I'm just asking because I have no idea what's.
Well, they opened.
Something about that, I got that wrong. So I thought Chino Moreno was part of Churches. No, the band that I was thinking of was Crosses, and I am.
Oh yeah,
I'm upset.
I remember you saying that. Yeah,
I was legitimately upset because I'm sitting there. I'm just like, all right, Churches is gonna open up. They're playing the title track, and then I just see this chick just start singing. I'm like, well, where's Chino? What the fuck is this?
We gotta stop. This is our last episode, guys. Last episode of ScrubVerse because Chris got something wrong.
Yeah. Looking at the Billboard charts right now, I really hate to say this, but I feel like if they wanted relevance, they should have got like Billie Eilish up there or something.
Oh yeah.
My gut said 21 Pilots, but I was like, have they even put out something?
That's like 2 years ago, I would say.
Billie Eilish isn't that bad of an artist, though. I mean,
I haven't listened to any of her stuff.
She's all right.
Green Day, I would. Two things. I will argue. Listen, no, shut up. Chris is shaking his head, and Corey.
Green Day's not even a good punk band. Green Day's not even a punk band.
Oh no! Don't do this.
No.
We're doing this.
We'll do the Green Day argument because old Green Day is like Kerplunk, Dookie, Nimrod era is fucking fantastic.
Their last tour, Rachel and I saw them was 21st Century, or no, whatever the one with the boombox that's on fire on the
Bang
cover.
Bang. That's the only thing is Bang Bang's on that album.
Yeah, but like they played mostly stuff from Dookie and Nimrod, and I was all for that. So for some reason they had a Dookie shirt, so I'm like, this is only the second time I've seen Green Day. I want a Dookie shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But like they're about to go on tour with Weezer and Fall Out Boy, so they're just doing a lot of stuff right now other than that tour. But they do have that album coming out soon, and I would only argue that they're relevant in terms of like everything 90s is relevant in all garbage right now between fashion and
90s is coming back.
It doesn't make sense that they were like the quote unquote closing band, other than the orchestra, if you could count that as the closer group. But I'm not going to say Green Day was the best choice for it. I'm just going to sort of argue their relevance, if that makes sense. Yeah. And it's Geoff Keighley's show. He can do the fuck he wants. I
mean, I'm surprised Death Stranding didn't win more.
I mean, I was happy Green Day was on there, though, because Billy Joe is just like flipping off the camera left and right, throwing fucks everywhere for a live show.
Oh, see, now I want to watch it just to see.
So I think that was great, and you know he's aware of. Like, he probably shouldn't do that. But
I must have been asleep the entire time for that because I didn't catch on to that. First off, the show was boring as shit. Like there's like
it's not a good flow.
No, I did learn that we've been saying Tekken wrong the entire time.
Dude,
excuse me?
Why the hell was that the ending thing?
Excuse me?
One of my most hated fucking actresses, Michelle Rodriguez, that ruins everything she's in. She walks on stage, and I had to like do a double take because also this is at like 11:30 or something on a Thursday, and I'm like,
oh yeah, it's late as fuck.
Michelle Rodriguez, why is she up there? Is she gonna say she's coming back in the next Resident Evil movie? Because that'd be my dream come true. And or just ruin another season of Lost. I don't know. And then Vin Diesel rolls out, and I'm like, whatever. Just do it.
No, Corey. The thing is that Rodriguez comes out, talks a little bit, says about all the cool shit that's going on, and then she introduces Vin Diesel, and they have a full-blown conversation with each other for a good 5
Vin Diesel
minutes.
is like not even facing the audience for a moment.
They're just talking about, oh man, Fast 7. Fast 7 looks
He's
so
like,
good. I don't even know.
I
if
saw the
Fast
trailer.
7's next movie.
I saw the trailer.
You're
I
in
shouldn't have
it.
to tell you.
But then it was just like they get back into it, and like I'm not gonna say it's word for word what I'm going to say, but Vin Diesel says, "These are our people. These gamers, they are our people." And Michelle Rodriguez turns around and is like, "Oh yeah, you remember when we used to play Tek-Khan? All those days? Yeah. Tek-Khan.
Brett's gonna have a shit fit.
So
well, the one thing
Tek is pronounced Tek-Khan.
Oh my
the
god,
game
that's so
looked
bad.
like it was like late PS2 era garbage. The game didn't even look that good.
That's so
It's a Fast and
bad.
Furious game, but Jesus Christ.
We were speaking of.
I just want to say I unironically enjoy like the first 5 Fast and Furious movies, whenever before The Rock was, because I actually dig those. And I don't know, that was that fun like time when like crappy like SWAT, Bad Boys 2, the first Resident Evil, like that genre of garbage but somehow entertaining movies was out.
I watched the first 2 Resident Evil movies. I was like, these movies are good, and then I like watched them later. I was like,
Fast and Furious is not relevant to anyone's world right now.
Well, the good thing, like
The Rock's teeth.
For audio listeners, we are playing the actual Game Awards for like clips and stuff, and what we just saw was the No More Heroes 3 reveal. Which
Am I supposed to have that up right now?
I mean, you don't have to. No, I have it pulled up for us. But
Okay.
that thing looked pretty cool because it starts off as like I thought something was weird because the voices sounded really weird. It's like, Damon, I love you, and all this other stuff, like with the alien. But then like halfway through, I'm just like, oh, this looks cool. I kind of just want to play this game that they're showing. And then like Travis touchdown
was like halfway interesting, and then all of a sudden you see this good dude on a motorcycle just run through, and then when I saw that, I'm just like, oh, these fucks.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the No More Heroes games. I love them so much. And this one looks like we're going to space. So
why not?
Sure. I mean, what else? I mean, space mercenaries and all that shit. So,
Right.
But do we want to run down like every single category, or do we just want to hit like the main ones? Like,
let's skip anything esports related because 1, who gives a shit, and 2, Evo didn't win, so everyone's just a fucking faker.
Okay, that knocks it down to 22 categories.
Right on.
So how are you doing this? Because like the way it's listed, the site you linked, it starts with the game of the year. Do we want to add?
I'm just gonna run through it since I have a list that I built. I just finished this list like a few minutes ago. I should have sent it out to you, but I'll just run through them real quick, and we can like throw input on them, what we think.
Okay.
So we already said the VR games. The best strategy game. Our predictions was Fire Emblem Heroes, or no, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and that's what won. Fire Emblem.
Yep.
I don't think,
which is cool.
I figured.
Yeah, I mean, Fire Emblem it's a pretty good strategy game.
I'm surprised that wasn't a contender for Game of the Year because it was really well received.
Let me tell you how shocked I was about the Game of the Year winner, but we'll get there.
Yeah, same.
This was one that I was super happy about, that our predictions were correct and it actually won. Was the sports and racing game. We thought Crash Team Racing was gonna win, and Crash Team Racing won.
Fuck all y'all. Dirt Rally, football, whatever that means in the front of that. F1 and then FIFA 20. I had to laugh. I caught that one. I'm just like, yeah, fuck sports.
Yeah. The next one was score and music. Our predictions were DMC 5 and Death Stranding, and Death Stranding won that one. Probably rightfully so. You said the music's really good in that game.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's really good.
This one was saddened for me because this was the only category that Monster Hunter World was in. But this next one is role-playing games. Our predictions were Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, and the Outer Worlds. And we got the curveball of Disco Elysium, which is one of their first wins of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What kind of game is Disco Elysium? Just give me like a 5-second pitch.
It's a top-down traditional CRPG.
CRPG?
Yeah. Think.
What's the C stand for?
I forget.
Cool.
What it means. No, it's not cool.
Cool RPG.
But if I'm going to
cool
liken it to anything, I would say Divinity.
Isn't that one isometric, or am I thinking of something else?
I wouldn't say it's isometric. The C stands for something, and it has to do with the combat system. It's more like action points and
Lots of
resource
talking
economy and shit
too.
like that.
Oh,
Like Baldur's Gate. Although Baldur's
uh,
Gate doesn't really run off of action points, I think.
I'm
I
pretty
don't know if it's
sure one of the
like
last not
that game with the aliens in it, where you plant people and name them after your buddies.
XCOM.
Yep. Is it like that? Nope. Okay.
Not
As
quite.
yeah.
So XCOM is
CRPG.
more of like a tactical RPG. CRPG.
Computer role-playing game is what that stands for. That's not.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Whatever. I don't care.
Whatever. Okay, but it doesn't sound like something I play. But that's cool that like a role-playing game's getting its voice heard. That's not Fallout or Skyrim.
I think it was Ben from Giant Bombcast. They talked about it 2 weeks ago, and he put like tons of hours into it. So he goes into about like 30 minutes of a discussion about Disco Elysium and all that stuff.
I tuned out and also skipped ahead in that because it sounded boring to me.
No, Disco Elysium is my type of game.
Apparently, it tackles like racism and stuff really hardcore and all that other stuff. So that sounded really interesting.
That's cool.
Let's talk about best fighting game.
And
how upset we are.
We'll get there. All right, we'll get there. My list is different than y'all's.
Okay, whatever.
The next one that we were talking about was because our list is the original list from the bottom up, so that's how we did ours. So the next one is performance, which our predictions for performance were Ashley Birch or Mads Mikkelsen, and Mads Mikkelsen won that one, that was Death Stranding. Rightfully so. Mads Mikkelsen is an amazing actor, so
yeah, an actual actor,
right. Best ongoing game. Our predictions were Final Fantasy 14 and Rainbow Six Siege. I'm pretty sure I could have swore that I said Fortnite was going to win this, but they did win it, but I didn't do the prediction. So
I think we flip-flopped on that one.
We flip-flopped on that one a lot.
I think we flip-flopped on that one.
Oh no, that was one where I wanted Final Fantasy 14 to win, but I think Fortnite was going to win. So anyway, narrative. Our predictions for narrative were Death Stranding, Outer World, and Disco Elysium, and Disco Elysium won that one. Best multiplayer game. Our predictions on this one were Tetris 99 and Call of Duty, but unfortunately, Apex Legends won that one, even though Tetris 99 should have won.
Why is Fortnite on in there?
Because it's not a good multiplayer game. So
I guess
I don't know. Maybe they were. Correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe they were only focusing on games that came out in 2019.
Possibly, because Fortnite was in the ongoing.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Best mobile game. Our prediction was Call of Duty. Call of Duty won it. I think out of all those mobile games, Call of Duty was probably the better game out of all those, in my opinion.
I mean, it sold wildly, so.
Right. The next one, Independent. Our predictions were Katana Zero and Disco Elysium. Like we said in the podcast, Katana Zero was the underdog here, but unfortunately that was not able to make it. So Disco Elysium took the winning spot out of that one. Games
I was
for
bummed Untitled Goose Game didn't win that.
I don't think Untitled Goose Game won anything.
Nope, it's just meme-tastic this year. That's it, I guess.
No, not against a roster like that. Like Disco Elysium, with everything that I've heard about it, I've got to fucking play that game. And I really want a Katana Zero to take it. It's just everything.
We just love that game so much.
Yeah,
so
that game is fucking fantastic.
We gave away like 4 copies of it.
Yeah, I need to actually play Baba Is You, but
Chris was telling me about that one. That one doesn't really seem like it's up my alley.
It's a puzzle game. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next one, we had games for Impact. Our predictions were Gris and Life is Strange 2. This was a category, Chris, that you were all in on because I didn't play any of these games. Mm-hmm. And then I think Gris is the winner out of that one.
So Scotty a few weeks ago told me that it's Grease.
It's pronounced Grease.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's pronounced Grease. Yeah. It's where's the company from?
I mean, shit, I've been saying Tekken wrong all these years, so
they're a Spanish
not
indie
America.
developer.
Yeah. But
look, I can play Gris and Tek-Khan all I want. So
here we go. I want to get that game though. That looks really, really cool.
Chris played it. He said it was pretty good.
Greasy's pretty
Yeah,
good.
limited run has it right now, so that's probably partially why I have a problem.
You
Oh,
have
you're
a you have a
trying
limited
to
run problem.
Yeah, I do, but it's not
assist in
limited.
the false rarity market.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
dude, like, just, I hate. I'm not gonna rely on digital. I'm not gonna rely on digital copies of games. That's just all there
No,
is to it.
I
get
feel
it.
you on that one.
Yeah.
Next one we got game direction. Our predictions were Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, and Outer Wilds. Death Stranding won that one. Best indie game. Our predictions were so indie game for. So I'm gonna say the developers. Our predictions were House for Untitled Goose Game, Zaum for Disco Elysium, and Mobius Digital for Outer Worlds or Wilds. Okay, I didn't type it down, so I can't remember which one it was for.
So Mobius Digital did
Outer
Wilds.
Wilds.
Outer
Yeah.
Wilds, okay. Zaum won that one with Disco Elysium. That's like what, their fourth win?
Yeah, they had a total of 4 wins. They had the most.
I don't mean to.
They did.
I don't mean to correct you, but it was fresh indie game, whatever. Because we just talked about best.
Oh, because that was
game.
the Subway one.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah.
Subway. All right, here you go, Chris. Fighting game. Our predictions were Samurai Showdown, Smash Ultimate, and MK11, and the winner was Smash Ultimate.
I mean, is that surprising?
Not really.
Like, I get it. I really do. I get it, but
you don't gotta like it.
I don't like it.
There was some cheering. There was one. I don't think. A quick sidebar. I don't like how they did some of these awards because it was just like this, and this one wins. No one accepts it. They just move on to the next category.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, this one when they listed it though, there was about as much cheering for MK11 as there was for Smash Brothers.
And the thing is that some of these awards, like Best Fighting Game, was awarded during the pregame show, not during the actual
was this one
show
too?
itself. Yeah, it was the last award that they gave out right before they showed off No More Heroes, and then they went straight into the actual.
Who was the guy that they caught falling asleep?
Oh, I don't know.
Wasn't there a guy that was like this when they went to the crowd?
I don't remember his name.
Zero Wandering on Twitter tweeted about it, but I don't know who it actually is. It might not be a dude like in the company or biz or whatever in the company.
Okay.
Whatever.
Our Lord and Savior Reggie was there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sitting right in front of Ninja.
No, fucking he's a mech was there. The Reginator.
Yeah, it was.
You guys ever see that Mega 64 skit with him?
I haven't seen that, no.
Oh, it's great. They basically turn him into the Terminator. It's wonderful.
That's awesome.
I saw a tweet that said it said like good and evil perfectly balanced, and it was a picture of Ninja sitting behind Reggie.
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw the one that was like virgin before and after or something. It's the same two pictures. Like never mind. He's married, guys, but we'll just ignore that. Okay,
yeah, sure. All right, so family game. Our predictions were Mario Maker 2 and Smash Ultimate, and Luigi's Mansion took that one. Luigi's Mansion 3.
I honestly did not see that happening, but whatever.
When I read it, I was like, really? I'm surprised about that.
Mm-hmm.
Esports event. We picked Evo. It didn't win. So it was the League of Legends that won. So community support.
I was not surprised about that at all, though. And I was like I was like walking around the living room for whatever reason, and I pointed. I'm like, honey, these two right here, these two things, more people watch this than the Super Bowl. I said to my girlfriend. She's like, what? I'm like, yes.
They sure do. My buddy, he messaged me the other day. He's like, hey man, I know you don't care about League, but he showed me a picture of one of the new, I guess, what do they call them? Do they call them champions? And
I think there's an invitational. There's a split. My old roommate is all about fucking League. Like he watches every single fucking season. I think like the big no. I think the big term is the splits. I don't know if they've changed that recently. But their worlds, when they go to Worlds, like that stadium is fucking huge. I had a buddy of mine go to Korea for the Worlds. It was insane.
Jesus. But
that'd be worth the trip.
The new character or champion that's coming out is apparently being voiced by the guy that voices Dio in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
That's pretty great.
Now I'm assuming the English dub. So but yeah, that's pretty good. Dio's voice actors in both countries is phenomenal. So all right, next one we have community support. Our predictions were Rainbow Six Siege and Final Fantasy 14, and Destiny 2 took it.
I mean, I can see that.
The game
After
had a
this-
huge turnaround.
Ever since the split with Activision, Bungie has been like cleaning their shit up.
Actually being
Yeah.
Bungie.
Yeah. So
Right.
I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Our next one, audio. Oh, yeah, the next two, we were like, why didn't they just put these two categories together? Audio design. The predictions were RE2, Death Stranding, or Gears 5, and Call of Duty won that one. Art direction. No, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say real quick, like, I find it weird that Resident Evil 2 is in any of these, but I could have seen that one winning. But that's just popularity at that point. Call of Duty is definitely played by more people than RE2.
There were a couple categories where me and Chris were just like, why are these games even in here?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Or why are these categories even a thing? You could, like, I was just listening to the other podcast, and Chris is like, we could have had a puzzle category for best puzzle game.
Yeah, that's weird. But that would have turned into mobile or something, or that it would have been closer to that, unfortunately.
Just I like I've said before, I understand that esports are a thing and they exist, but it's weird to see like so many categories have esports stuff in it and none of them be fighting game people. Like that was the thing, was there was no fighting game players
Fighting games
in
for esports before esports.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
I know the answer to it, and it's because they're not marketable. All those
Right.
people are backed by sponsors and fucking major corporations,
Which
and
makes
shit
even
like that.
less sense. Like if you could have like a TV series or movies off of characters in games, it would be fighting games, But no, we want Joe Schmo every gun in Call of Duty. He's our guy.
It's the issue is, and it goes back to the way that fighting game tournaments are organized. Esports wants those pools to be done away with, because when you go into pools, anybody can win.
Mhm.
Anybody can come out of pools and go
Right.
to finals.
That's
Period.
true.
that's
Nobody
what's
wants
awesome.
to see ESAM face off against a nobody. Nobody wants to see Infiltration face off against some kid in Chicago.
Right.
It's not marketable, because if that kid wins and he drops the big ticket name to losers, they're one loss away from being gone. That means less airtime to see that brand marketed.
But
Yeah, I
as
hear
someone, especially Chris will understand too, as someone that used to go to those tournaments all the time, and I've actually hung out with like Jay Wong and like PR Balrog and all that, that shit's so hype. Like to see like the underdog where you're just like, he's
That's
going up
what they
against
don't
Jay Wong.
understand. That's like
Yeah.
that's just what they don't get, because they don't give a shit. It's all about money at the end of the day.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Can't market pole caliber.
Nope.
Oh, I'll find a way. I'm gonna make some money off this tournament. I'm
Play
selling
that shit right in
esports.
the middle of the dealer's room in fucking MagFest, son.
Yeah.
We should just carry like a TV and some kind of power supply, and somebody else
Right.
hold the Dreamcast, and Scotty's just
At
wagging
I'll
the
just
whole
walk
time.
in front of us holding two poles up like this. This is where like a flight what's it called on the runways and stuff, like this
yeah,
is where we
taxier,
are
yeah.
playing now.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
you think not, suck it.
Yeah. Do you smoke? Because we're gonna be out here smoking asses. So,
Sir, you're a fire hazard. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over that bell right there because you're about to get schooled.
oh my God. All right. So the next one we have is art direction. Our predictions were, both of us said Death Stranding on this one, but this is the one category that Control got that won. And I was surprised because the Control was in tons of the game categories, like Death Stranding and
Control
Disco
had
Elysium.
few nominations. I think they had a total of like 6 or 8. Let me double check that.
This was probably when the crowd,
8.
half the crowd was like, "That's a game? Is that? I thought that's a key, like Control Alt Delete. What's Control?
Yeah, it's
Right?
like nobody played Control. No,
Yeah.
like I know one person that's
It's
played
just a
Control. Maybe
Bad
2.
name. Yeah.
I watched Funhouse play it, and that was about it. So
I've
heard
heard
it's
really good
good.
things. I wanna finish our second playthrough of Alan Wake before I play Control though,
yeah,
and not even ever bother with what was the
Alan
other
Wake
one?
ever again? Oh,
No,
Quantum Theory? No.
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break. There you go.
Yeah, that one I don't care about.
All
Anyway,
right.
Whatever.
Next one, our action/adventure category predictions were
Thank God.
Sekiro, RE2, and Control, and Sekiro won. Thankfully, that was their
wait,
first
what was
win of
that?
the night.
Oh, that was action/adventure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, okay. What the fuck? Sorry.
the The next one, though, is what I was super happy about. It. Even though, because I wasn't able to get Monster Hunter didn't win, but when I saw this, I was very, very happy. So the next one is Best Action Game.
Right.
Not to be confused with action/adventure games.
I just got lost, yeah.
Yeah. The predictions were Devil May Cry 5, Call of Duty, and Gears 5, and thankfully Devil May Cry 5 won because that game is so good. It is such a good action game. So I haven't played it in a while.
Action games in that fucking category,
right?
Let me get off my fucking soapbox again.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And then finally, Game of the Year. We skipped a bunch of the esports stuff. But Game of the Year predictions were, we just said Death Stranding was going to win this, is what we really thought. And luckily, Sekiro came out on top.
Well, I did say that I wanted the Outer Worlds to win. It was a long shot, but I honestly thought that with, the pull that Death Stranding was getting, like, I'm surprised it only won 3. But I'm really happy that Sekiro won. I'm surprised that Sekiro won, but I'm really happy that it did.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it for the categories and all that stuff. We can go over some of the reveals. One of the big reveals. Well, I guess we have this kind of in our news, the Xbox stuff. We can go over that in the news stuff.
Yeah,
sure.
Spoiler
we'll
alert, Xbox X Series X got announced, but
yeah, we'll get into it. So,
what were some of the surprising ones that you saw? Like not things that we've already seen. Like
I thought you were talking about awards again. But
no. Like Ghost of Tsushima, Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
The Ghost of Tsushima. Well, I'm gonna say since they showed it in this, that trailer for what was it, Hellblade 2?
Yeah,
that trailer. The trailer I'm watching, I was like, this is up Chris's alley so hard. Like it's just playing
I love the first Hellblade. The first Hellblade is so fucking good. And when you see that trailer going off, I'm just like, I can bump to this fucking music.
Because it's like that. What is it? The Mongolian death metal that you showed me.
The Who. Yeah, that's what it was reminding me of.
Mm-hmm. That's automatically what I thought too.
For clarification, it's the Who as in HU.
Oh, not the Who.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I was gonna say, the Who's not doing much anymore.
Not the Who like us Americans know.
No.
The Who. I'm sorry for my audio track. I'm gonna have to hear it real quick.
No, you're good. I didn't think we were gonna see anything about No More Heroes at the Game Awards. That was kind of left field, but I liked it. I really, like I said, I wanted to play the fake, which I don't think it's a fake game. Like I feel like that is that's gonna be Travis's enemies in the game. Like the aliens that we saw,
maybe because you're in space now.
Yeah, he said something about galactical rankings, and I'm like, galactical rankings sounds really cool.
I was surprised by Bravely Default 2. I definitely thought that they were going to go further into the path of what Octopath built.
I didn't play the first one.
So there's actually 2 Bravely games. There's Bravely Default and Bravely Second. I don't know the premise of Bravely Second. Bravely Default is a callback to the old school Final Fantasy games, since Square Enix had lost their way. I was surprised by Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance.
That's a bad trailer though.
Oh, it was awful.
That's the one where like it's the weird perspective, right? Like she shoots an arrow.
So it's like reverse
GoPro
POV.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a GoPro is strapped to the door.
You want to talk about a game that looks like it was on the PlayStation 2? That's it. Those graphics are fucking terrible.
Didn't look good.
Like I get it. It's probably supposed to be like a top-down dungeon crawler, like the old Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance games. But
I played the shit out of those back in the day.
Yeah, no, those games are fucking awesome.
Dark Alliance 2 was like worth some fucking money for a long time.
Yep,
I think
sure was. I think we were all in retail when it was.
Yeah, I think a single just disc was like $50.
It was dumb. It's the only reason I know that game and another one exists is because of working at GameStop. Like, why are people that? I think that was the first like glimpse of being in GameStop and a pre-owned game being worth more than a new one and all that insanity starting. But yeah.
Mine was Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on Xbox and PlayStation 2. We had it come through.
That hit $100 where I was at.
The Xbox version was on our shelves for 8 months because
and I'm not just over here like Dreamcast, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, no one would buy it. So it just sat on the shelves, and it was like it's priced at $85.
Yeah, we always had a store-made case for the Xbox version in my store, and then we stopped selling Xbox games, and it just went somewhere else.
Yeah,
probably went to the dumpster.
Probably. No, there was. I know. Well, at least this was what I was told. Is most of that stuff went to like one store that still sells old crap. Like there was a store in Hawaii that always sold Game Boy Advance games till forever. Stuff like that. I don't know. It might be true. Might not be.
I've said it before that mom and pop video game store I worked at, I would work overtime, and they would let me take games home. They'd be like, "Hey, you can take something off the shelves." And one day I finally was like, "Hey, let me get the X." No one, we haven't sold it forever. And he was like, "Yeah, sure, you can take it." And I'm pretty sure I still have it. So
nice.
But we were also like on the last podcast, we were talking about the Godzilla game on PlayStation 4.
I know. When you guys were saying that for like a month, I was like, I should buy this game. It's only like $20. I like Godzilla stuff. I should buy it. When I got mine for 13. There, I know you did. You did.
Gamefly, motherfucker.
I just can't believe it. And I'm gonna say this now, but everybody's gonna be like, of course you thought that. But like looking at that, I was like, I feel like this is gonna be one that I'm gonna feel like I bought later on, but I don't need it right now. I don't need like that was when I started to convince myself I don't need to buy every game that I see come in low numbers at my store. But
it's not a great game, but it's like if you like Godzilla, goofy, like destroying stuff,
it's
and all
the
that
best looking Godzilla game.
Yeah,
the game is so bad.
It's not awful. I've definitely played much worse games than that game.
Yeah, but I think I convinced myself I didn't.
I think the Godzilla aesthetic is what makes me like it, is because I just like Godzilla stuff.
Yeah, I think what I did too, I don't see it on my shelf, but I think I convinced myself I didn't need it because I had Godzilla Battle All Monsters or whatever it was for GameCube.
What was the?
So I was like,
what was the monster game that was on PlayStation 2 that was pretty good? It was like a monster
Rampage.
No,
it
was
a random space dude on the cover and stuff.
It had a monkey. It had like a Rampage looking monkey on it too.
Yeah, I'll find it in like War of Monsters.
War of Monsters. I heard that was good. There was another Godzilla game on PlayStation 2 that was pretty good too, but there's not hardly any good Godzilla games though.
Not really, no. So this sure is Game Awards. Sorry.
No, this is tangent. This is what we do. So
yeah. I
But,
mean, I might be in the minority for this. I was super excited for The Wolf Among Us 2 to get announced.
This is a cool trailer.
Oh.
I never played. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, Telltale Games?
They are back. I think they're under new ownership. We talked about it a while back.
Okay.
Yeah, they did return.
They were bought out like Loot Crate was by that weird guy.
Yeah.
That just owns a bunch of shit.
Cool, I guess. I just don't know if I want to support that or not,
Yeah.
That's what
under new management.
Is maybe it? Are they? I don't know. Like that would
no,
be cool.
It's totally under new management.
Yeah.
Okay, they should have.
Like I don't have the names in my file because I forget what I do like immediately. But
it's a much smaller team too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The company's name should be Telltale, but not that Telltale.
Mm-hmm.
Not your daddy's Telltale.
I was also going to say there was a shit ton of Magic the Gathering.
Jesus Christ. That's
the MMO thing.
Show, I think.
Yeah. Like they have Magic Legends, which I no idea what it is. I didn't go looking for it. I'm just like, no, fuck it. And then they had that very limited time. I think it's still going on, where
to the 16th.
You can now play with Moxes and Black
Lotus. Yeah.
And some new cards from the new set. Which, speaking of which, we were talking about in the Discord. That one bitch is really good.
Ashiok, the 5-drop Ashiok is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's really good. Or I'm sorry, it's really good. But that's the thing is this is a standalone Theros set, so they're not going to have anything else with it. I don't think. I think this is only.
Oh, they're not.
It's like War of the Spark, where it was just like one thing. So yeah, we're gonna have Throne
and Return of Ravnica. You can argue that they connect.
Sorry, Scotty, we're kind of going off.
You said War of the Spark, and I thought we were talking about Transformers for a second, but
no, it's something even stupider.
I thought just your podcast was sponsoring the Game Awards with how much magic was in there.
Dude. But But so a Magic MMO makes a lot of sense actually, because
Yeah.
there's so many worlds in the universe of Magic. I don't know how it's gonna work though.
I mean, it would probably be something that they make in conjunction with whoever does their online or their gaming section with Dungeons and Dragons.
Mhm.
That's the only way they can see it like working out.
I'd play it. I'd try it. We'll see how it goes.
There's a lot of crossover with that anyway, because
there's tons of lore.
Well, there's tons of lore that they can go into. There's been, I don't know if it's technically Unearthed Arcana, and that's just D&D speak. Unearthed Arcana is just like unofficial expansions. They was like, hey, this is a new plane. Go, have at it. And there's like 8 of them. They go into Amonkhet and Dominaria and fucking wherever we did Innistrad, and there's one more that I can't think of. But
basically,
they also came out. Go ahead.
I was gonna say basically, if you wanted to go the route, your expansion blocks, like your Mirrodin block and your other block, though, if the game were to get like huge, like World of Warcraft, which I doubt it will, or like it could, but that could be like your expansions. Like this is the new Phyrexia expansion, or this is the such and such. Like I'd play the shit out of an area if it was like dealing with Phyrexian.
Be insane.
Like Phyrexian stuff is like, so Scotty, Phyrexians are basically like you never met a good Phyrexian in Magic. They're all bad.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was catching up on trailers while you guys are talking about Magic.
Sure, right now. Sure.
And one really caught my eye.
Completely just shot that one dead on arrival.
Sorry.
It's fine, Corey. I'm excited.
It looks interesting.
No, that's fine. I just don't even want to try to understand it because it's a world I haven't. I played, I think, one game of Magic in 6th grade. 6th grade.
What the hell is this that I'm looking at right now? It's these guys.
I was looking at
like,
Sons of the Forest, but
there's this guy that has like a lion's helmet on, and it's like these 3 knights, and they're standing in front of an obelisk.
Was that
is
the
that Babylon's Fall?
Gearbox?
Maybe, I don't know. It's about to show the title. Sorry, this is kind of me like it's your first hand of me watching the Game Awards.
I don't remember the name of that game, but I do know
Godfall.
It's supposed to be.
That's Gearbox.
That's supposed to be.
Fuck off. Sorry, not you, Gearbox.
That's supposed to be like the looter shooter, but it's not a looter shooter. It's a looter slasher.
That trailer looks really cool.
It's interesting.
But that's all cinematics. It's not the game.
True. Yeah, no, it's just the premise.
Yeah.
Truth. What else did you guys see?
I was looking at Sons of the Forest, which straight up looks like Descent, the movie Descent. Did you see that, Corey?
I didn't.
Watch that trailer right now.
I just saw. Okay, I'll pull it up. I just saw I looked up who won, but I'm not gonna watch it right now because I'm
just put it in,
stuff like
in like 2 times speed and watch like the last 10 seconds, and you'll be like, "What the fuck?" That's what I've been doing, is watching everything at twice speed. So it's like,
what's it called again?
Sons of the Forest world premiere. World premiere.
Sons of the Forest.
Yeah, it's on the it's on that same page you had in the doc for all the reveals and shit.
Okay. Do I need to listen to the audio, or can I just watch it?
I didn't listen to the audio. I was watching that while you guys were talking about Magic.
All right. We got it pulled up, so we got it playing, so we can still talk, and I'll watch it while we're talking.
There's a lot of just like, yep, this is a video game reveals, like nothing earth-shattering for me. I'm just looking through.
That's kind of how it is for new IPs, because it's like something.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Like, oh, that's pretty cool. Where's the shit that I've been waiting for? Because everything that you've been waiting for is like a sequel to like a highly anticipated game or some shit like that.
And there was did you see the enemy or whatever the bad guys?
I saw the one guy get pulled into the bush and then blood went everywhere.
Oh, okay. You didn't see the very end of it yet, though?
I'm still watching it. So
okay. Yeah, they had a lot of not promised, but there were a lot of rumors, like, is Sonic gonna be at this and other stuff, as new Smash character and like things. Yeah, Corey, the Descent, right?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, you haven't gotten there yet. Sonic wasn't there. There was no Smash character. Everybody thought, like, for some reason it would open with a Smash character. I couldn't see that happening. But overall, there were a lot more reveals than people cared about the awards, I felt. I don't know. It was not spaced out well. It was not, like, balanced. And it bothers me that they had just awards they would just go through and, like, nobody accepts them. They just, like, keep going,
Yeah, that's
But it's
totally the Descent.
yeah. So I'm game. I want to see
No,
more
what
of
I
it.
was freaking out about was that chick doing ballerina crap, and she grew 2 extra legs.
Oh, I might have.
I
That
thought
might
that
have
shit
skipped
was
over.
fucking hot. I'm not gonna goddamn lie.
Well, we got
That's
Chris's
pretty
fetish.
fucking sexy. Great.
4-legged
I'm in.
chicks.
He's on board.
I am totally in. Well, so they were saying that it was something to do, not necessarily with Sonic. They were speculating it, but the
Yeah.
voice actor for Sonic is also the voice actor for Batman and the voice actor for Mirage and Apex Legends. So it was a
Okay.
crapshoot, and most people were hoping for either Sonic or Batman, and we got Apex Legends, and it was that stupid Christmas DLC.
That fucking sucks.
bullshit.
That whole premiere, like, I know I played a couple rounds of Apex Legends. I'm just not into shooters overall, but I was just like, God, shut this guy up. I know that's his character and his like charisma and whatever, but I don't fucking care, even if I did play this game.
Oh yeah, I
Just,
see
like,
how
stop
they're
with
doing
soccer.
some of these categories really quickly, and they're just like, this thing won. All right, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
really
The
that's
best
really
was
weird.
the dude that clearly was not ready to accept the award and like ran into frame.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I haven't seen. I'll have to go back and watch some of it.
That was
I don't
it
remember
was
that.
it might have been for
Was it the guy that
it might
acts
have
like
been
he
for
drops it?
no, it might have been for Death Stranding's soundtrack.
Okay.
Are you talking about before the show started?
Yes.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That was
Yeah, it was hilarious because she like started to hand it to the other side, thinking he was coming in from like her right, but our left, and he zipped into the other side.
Mhm.
Um,
He was
it
talking
was pretty
really,
good.
really fast.
Yeah, like out of breath, like whatever. And then he retweeted it himself and saying like, "This is what happens when you don't drink enough before the awards show or something." So I thought that
That's
was
funny.
cool that he was like playing along with it.
This Bravely
yeah.
Default game looks pretty good, the new one. So
There's a little bit of trailer to it.
okay. I've never gone back. Maybe I
it's
should go back and or is this one coming out on? Did they say what this is coming out on?
it's coming out on Switch.
Hmm.
Go play Bravely Default first,
I found it. All
and
right,
then
I'm
you'll know
linking
how
it
to
to you.
play it. Yeah. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, it's like Scooby Doo quality garbage here.
Oh, that
He's
guy.
like,
yeah.
Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she was like turning to the right and then just and he runs in real
Yeah.
quick.
Like
That's
you hear the
funny.
bongos in the background, you may as well or something. But
Oh man.
Mhm.
No, you guys. I mean, like I said, I haven't watched all of it, but you guys got anything else about the Game Awards?
It's a shit show.
Yeah, those things are not easy to put together or keep together as they're going. So I'm sure there were things dropped and things added, and they just have to keep going. If anyone could handle a shit show, it's Geoff Keighley because he's been in this business long enough that he knows how to like read a room and kind of present a room and everything. Is all the crap people say about him, I don't think he's a bad guy overall. He's doing what he wants to do. So more power to him than he has his own award show now.
Where did he get started at? Was it AOTS?
He just straight up journalism, and I don't know. He was everywhere. Like he was on GameStop TV at one point. Let me try to look up real quick where he actually.
Yeah, because I've
He
always
was
heard
just
the
like
name Geoff Keighley, but I don't know. I was like, did he like make a video game or something? Like,
no, Cybermania '94.
That was his first gig.
Apparently so. And like he was on G4 and stuff. He kind of just interviewed people left and right and was just pushing for stuff. I remember he one of his first things he did. If you guys do you guys watch any of No Clips documentaries at all?
the only one I listened to was the Jeff Gerstmann one.
Oh yeah, that's an audio podcast one, but you should check out 3 of them. I highly recommend. The first one they did was on Rocket League. They did one on Doom for 2016 Doom, and also they did one on what would be Half-Life 3, essentially, like the Half-Life mania. But in that, Keighley talks about like getting one of his first interviews ever was around Sierra Games. So that's kind of where he started. He was just pushing like your stereotypical journalist, like I need this
Right.
story, I'm going to get this story kind of thing. So I think that's why he kind of came off always as an asshole, but he's just doing his job and super charismatic. So
Says
done.
He does what he says he's gonna do.
Yeah, I kind of thought he was a douche until I saw some of the stuff he did with Mega 64, and like they would talk about how he's a good guy, and he does some funny bits. So I think it's just social media making you think what they wanted to. But
Maybe it's just more like he's motivated rather than a cunt.
yeah,
he's highly motivated, and people see that. Maybe it's off-putting to some people.
very much so. And I think what also is off-putting is like he hasn't ever picked one side, but at one point he was the Doritos king. So there's that. Or the Dorito Pope or whatever it was.
Oh yeah. Did I ever tell you guys the cupcakes I made one time?
No.
I made
What?
I made Mountain Dew and Dorito cupcakes.
I hate it.
I feel like you mentioned that.
I think I have.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because the cake is made with like Mountain Dew in it and like lemon, and then you just like sprinkle Doritos on, and the frosting's green.
No, you don't.
And then you put I sprinkled Doritos on top, and then put a big old Dorito in the middle.
Done here.
No, you don't do that.
So let me rephrase. They were
and you're
good.
giving my girlfriend cooking tips. This is great.
They were good when you first made them, but then you waited 20 minutes, and then the Doritos got soggy because of the moisture in the frosting, and then it was a bad time.
Okay, so just like opening a bag of Doritos, like you eat it now, never.
Yeah, you have to inhale them.
Yeah,
I haven't had Doritos in forever.
I don't know.
It's probably a good thing. So
yeah, maybe a good thing. Yeah.